Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim Kelly. This is The Real Sports Talk. Thank you guys for tuning in. Big news out of the MLB. The first of the Biogenesis connected players has been suspended, and it's not A-Rod, although that suspension appears to be coming very soon. It is Ryan Braun, who, for my part, I know a lot of people don't like A-Rod because he plays for the Yankees, and he's just really not a very likable character, and I don't like A-Rod either, don't get me wrong. But Ryan Braun, to me, I dislike just as much because of the fact that he came out last year, clearly after getting off on a technicality, he denied it vehemently on TV, and now we're getting this. Ryan Braun has been suspended by the MLB for the remainder of the season without pay. I mean, it doesn't really affect the Brewers because the Brewers are one of the worst teams in the MLB, but it sends a message. It's not something that the MLB technically has the right to do in the sense that as part of the joint drug program agreement, you're only allowed to do the 50 and the 150 game suspensions and the 100 game suspensions. That's not what this is. It's in between 50 and 100. But it sends a message because for the rest of the season, out for the season, sounds like a long time. And that's what they're doing here with Ryan Braun. Let me read a bit off this article from ESPN. It says, Braun will not contest a suspension which was meted out for violations of the basic agreement and its joint drug prevention and treatment program, according to a statement released by the MLB. Now, Ryan Braun, let me first say this, he has never once said, I've made a mistake, I did this, I acknowledge that. A-Rod at least did that. I mean, yeah, he went back to cheating after doing that, but that's not the point. Ryan Braun has always denied this vehemently, including just a few months ago when he said the only reason he had a connection to Tony Bosch, who was the leader of the Biogenesis clinic, was because he was trying to figure some things out about why he could have possibly failed the test or something along those lines, which, I mean, it was complete BS. Anyone that believed that was born yesterday. But he denied that, and then in this statement, the first thing he comes out and says, as I have acknowledged in the past, I am not perfect. When did you ever acknowledge that? You never once said you weren't perfect. Maybe you said it in the sense of, I'm not a perfect person, I'm not a perfect baseball player, but you never once said it in the sense that I made a mistake by cheating, I did this, I didn't mean to. I mean, that would be a lie too, but at least he would have said it along those lines, and he didn't do that. He said, I realize now that I've made some mistakes. Well, I think most people who have brains realize that at the beginning of the 2012 season, end of the 2011, whenever this came out, it was like December 2010 or December 2011, I think it was, when this came out, and then he beat the suspension after denying it and everything and got off on the technicality. He said, I'm willing to accept the consequences of those actions. This situation has taken a toll on me and my entire family, and it has been a distraction to my teammates and the Brewers organization. I mean, that goes without saying. That's been a distraction to his teammates. I think that in the organization, I think the thing that probably got him to just kind of give up on this was the fact that it probably has been an extreme distraction to his family. They probably had to deal with the people saying that your dad's on TV lying and all this. And it doesn't necessarily go away from doing this, but I think it goes away quicker than had he continued to deny this and then gotten suspended and fought the suspension and everything. He said, I'm very grateful for the support I've received from players, ownership, and the fans in Milwaukee and around the country. Finally, I wish to apologize to anyone I may have disappointed, all my baseball fans, especially those in Milwaukee, the great Brewers organization, and my teammates. I'm glad to have this matter behind me once and for all, and I cannot wait to get back to the game that I love. So the suspension is going to be 65 games. Ryan Braun's going to lose just over $3 million, which shouldn't really affect him. And it's all I can say is it's about time. Anyone who's saying that this is too harsh is ridiculously off. Because if you think that this is too harsh, you probably just are one of the people that thinks that steroids should just be altogether allowed in baseball. So I don't think that there is any possible way for me to say that this is too harsh. I don't think it's too lenient. I think it's about right. I think A-Rod deserves more because he's had a history of this. He got caught, he admitted that he did it, and then he continued to do it afterwards. And as far as I'm concerned, call it hate, call it whatever, I think A-Rod's been doing it pretty much his entire career. But that's another story for another time. The bottom line, Ryan Braun is suspended. That we will have more reaction on this later. Justin Godsey and I. For now, I'm Tim Kelly. This is The Real Sports Talk. out. We'll catch you guys later.